We are going live with questions asked number 96. The question at the top of the key tonight, guys, do I have to give my broker a percentage of my BPO money? Do I have to share my BPO money with my broker? All right, guys, that's the question at the top of the key tonight. Okay. For those of you who don't know me, I am Angela Cooper. I am a business coach. I help real estate agents increase their income while they're waiting on buyers and sellers to close. And actually, I'm going to say I help notary signing agents as well increase their income while out there in the field of notary signing business. Okay, so for those of you who are new to the Facebook page, go ahead and like the page. If you are watching from YouTube, guys, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. We're always looking for new YouTube subscribers, okay? If you are visiting us after the fact, go ahead and hashtag replay. If you are brand new to broker price opinions or real estate for that matter, and you're looking to make some extra income, drop a 1 in the comment area, guys. We're going to direct you to the free broker price opinion webinar and tell you what the power of BPOs can do for your income, okay? So tonight, guys, we are on questions asked number 96, okay? If you're new visiting on the Facebook page, go ahead and like the page, and you also want to make sure you turn your notification buttons on so that you'll get notified every time we go live here on the Facebook page, whether we're talking about broker price opinions, notary signings, or any other side hustle, okay, for real estate agents. All right, so the question at the top of the key, do I have to give my broker a percentage of my BPO money? Do I even have to tell the BPO company that I have a broker? How about that? So listen, guys. What I always say do I have to ask my broker, and do I have to split the money with my broker? Do I have to put my broker down when I'm filling out the BPO application? If you have a BPO company that specifically asks you for your broker, then of course, by all means, you have to put that information there. But more so than ever, to keep you in the legal realm, okay? You don't want to be doing anything that can, cause a problem for your real estate license, okay? So if you are sponsored by a broker, I know in the state of Texas, it is mandatory if you're doing real estate and you're under a broker, you should get permission from your broker to bypass them when it comes to BPO money, okay? I would not bypass asking my broker if I could bypass her, okay? I wouldn't do that. Now, if you are under a broker that you pay a fee every month and you get to keep 100% of your real estate earnings, then no, you don't have to tell your broker you're doing BPOs. It doesn't matter. He don't care. You're going to get 100% of your money anyway. You already probably signed a waiver for that, okay? But if you're on a fee-based percentage, like you get a 80-20 cut or a 50-50 cut or a 60-40 cut or something like that, then yes, you need to ask your broker if you can have a waiver to bypass them for doing your BPOs, because your BPOs is not commission pay, okay? It's not commission pay. As a matter of fact, you're actually doing contract work as a 1099 employee, or it's not really an employee, a 1099 contractor for another company, okay? So yes, they have all the disclaimers to cover you for doing BPOs in that particular state, but it's still, BPOs are considered real estate work because you're doing estimates of value, doing a Comparative market analysis. You're telling people how much their property gonna be worth before repairs and after repair, values. You're not doing an appraisal. By no means are you doing an appraisal. BPO is not an appraisal, but it's still considered a real estate type of work transaction. Okay, so in that case, you sign something with probably the real estate commission saying that all payments have to go to your broker first before coming to you. The only way to get around that is to get a waiver from your broker saying that you don't have to do that. Okay. I wouldn't have real estate agents to give me a percentage of their BPO money, because I am a real estate broker as well. However, if they sell a house, now I'm going to want a percentage of that, or depending on what our contract is, how I'm going to let them get paid for that transaction. You see? So in some cases, you may have to, in all cases, when the BPO company asks you for the broker information, you should give that to them. But if you've already gotten a waiver from your broker, because the only reason they're asking you that is they need to know how to pay you. But if you've already gotten a waiver from your broker, then you don't need to give that information. Your broker has already told you, I don't want any of your BPO money. So in that case, now when they ask for the broker information, you just give them your information, because you're going to be giving them your social and your bank account so that they can send a direct deposit to your bank. You see? It is not cool to cut your broker out of the picture altogether. You should ask permission to do that. I'm not saying don't do it, but I'm saying ask permission to not do it. Okay? You see? All right. Next question. Question number 2. So I hope y'all got that. Follow what your real estate license laws says about getting your pay through your broker. Okay? But for BPOs, you should ask your broker for a waiver. And if you're a BPO Mastery student, you already have a letter for that. It's a letter included in your BPO Mastery Course that tells you how to ask for a waiver to bypass giving the broker any profits of your BPO money. Okay? All right. So, is it profitable doing BPOs with the gas prices as high as they are? So that's a relative question, okay? That's a relative question. It's relative to your state and your city and your area. Are your gas prices in your area as high as they are in Texas? Because I don't know. I paid $4.14 for a gallon of gas just the other day, okay? So I think to fill up, it was at least, I want to say about $60, I want to say. So if a full tank of gas is $60 and one BPO is 45 or 40 or 50 or whatever, and it only takes 2 BPOs to pay for a tank of gas, it might be a good fit. It just depends on your process. What do you think? Because a lot of times, like I've been doing, I get the $75 BPOs because I can turn them around in less than, they want them right back, like in 4 or 5 hours. Okay, it's called a rush BPO. But they say at 8 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock in the morning, we want to pay you $75. Can you have this BPO back to us by 3:30 or 4 o'clock? I say, yeah, that's $75. Okay, so that $175 is going to at least let me ride, for about 4 days. And depending on how many BPOs you're doing a day is going to answer that question. How much profit are you going to get? It's just like doing a profit and loss statement. You put in all of your, whatever your deductions are going to be and how much money you earned, and what's the difference is the profit. Is it worth it? I mean, if I'm doing 10 BPOs a day at $50 or $40, because sometimes they want to pay you $40 if you're on the preferred vendor list, okay? If I'm doing 10 a day, that's $400. Even if I had to pay for auto field software, or if I had to pay a virtual assistant to data input for me, and now my $400 is 10 BPOs, I'm probably going to pay $5 a piece for data entry. That's $50. So I'm a net $350 and take $50 out for gas. Is $300 a day worth it? Is that worth it? It depends on you, the person. Because what's worth it to me might not be worth it to you. You see? So yes, I would say it's profitable even with the gas prices going up, but then again, you can always negotiate the price for your BPO. If you don't want to do them for $40, tell them no, you want to do them for $50 and hope you get them, okay? I'm just saying, if their standard BPO is $55 and they want to give you a bulk volume for $45 a BPO, I think it's worth it to get the $10 discount, and so that you could get all of the BPOs. You're first in line to get all the BPOs, whereas the other way around, you're chasing BPOs. When you're in the preferred vendors program, you don't have to chase BPOs. You see? So question number 3, guys, you know the drill. Before we go to question number 3, I'm going to say, if you're brand new to the Facebook page, go ahead and like the page. If you are watching from YouTube, guys, go ahead, smash that subscribe button. If you are visiting us after the fact, hashtag replay. If you're visiting after the fact, hashtag replay. And if you're a brand new real estate agent looking for a way to earn some extra income, remember, I do coaching and training. I have courses on different streams of income. Drop a 1 in the comment area. We'll get the free webinar for you so that you can know what BPOs is all about and decide whether or not you want to get some formal training on broker price opinions, okay? All right. So question number 3, how long after I'm accepted to a BPO company, how long is it before I will start getting work? So this question has come up several times this week, mainly because we have a lot of new mastery students. We did a special for Mother's Day special, and I think it was about 6 people that got the new mastery students. Okay, so congratulations to each and every one of you. But to answer the question, how long is it? Typically, once you get your login and your password, you should start getting BPOs within 1 to 2 weeks. If you have not gotten any BPOs from that company and it has been more than 2 weeks, then you need to send an email request to either vendor management or probably support, okay? Support, send an email to support and say, hey, listen, I got my password, my logon and my password 2 weeks ago. I'm in this zip code, 77047. Can you tell me, are you having a lot of work in my area? Is it slow in my area? Do I have all of my credentials in to you? Because a lot of times it's all about a credential that you haven't turned in. Maybe you didn't turn in your background check, or maybe you didn't turn in your insurance, your Arizona emissions insurance. It's 3 things you have to have, okay? That's the training is in the mastery course. All right, you have to have your Arizona emissions insurance. You have to have a background check. And then you also need to have a resume, okay? 3 crucial elements. You have to have that. Your real estate license errors and omissions insurance, background check, and you need to tell them a little bit about you as far as your experience with doing BPOs. And if you've taken the BPO Mastery Course, when you finish that course, you're going to get a certificate of training. You need to be giving that to those companies that you are applying with. But under no circumstances do you go for an entire month after you've been accepted. Make sure that you have been accepted to that company, okay? After you get to know if you've been accepted means that you have a log on and you have a password. They gave that to you, okay? That means that you've been accepted. Make sure that you have all the zip codes that you work. Make sure that they're in their system. Because for me, I work probably about maybe 15 or 20 zip codes I make myself available for, okay? So make sure you're available in that company for work, because all the time where you put your information on your background check and your errors, omissions, insurance, and you upload all of that, most of the time you put the zip codes there that you want to work, those areas that you want to work. But sometimes you have to send an email to support and they have to put the zip codes in for you, okay? So make sure that you have dotted your I's and crossed your T's, okay? Because like I say, within 2 weeks, you should be getting work. And here's another thing. Make sure you apply with a minimum of 10 companies, okay? 10 to get in, 5 to stay alive. That's my motto, okay? If you apply with 10 companies, you should get accepted with at least 5. If you don't get accepted with 5, then maybe you'll have to apply with 15 companies. Maybe it's 17. Don't stop applying with these different companies until you have been accepted by at least 5 BPO companies, okay? And there are several that are in multiple states throughout the United States, okay? Because some of the same companies that I do here in Texas, they do in Florida. They also do in New York, you know. So California, some of the same companies that I work for, they are in different areas. But that doesn't mean that every company that you apply with is in your area, okay? So that's why you have to apply with multiple companies, just to make sure that you get clearance to work for 5, okay? All right, I hope that makes sense. Okay, question number 4. How do I go around doing the adjustments? Okay, I'm not comfortable doing adjustments and I really don't want to do them. Do I have to do that? There's no workaround for doing adjustments. The only way that you're not going to have to do adjustments a lot of times is, number one, if the form doesn't call for adjustments, because there are a lot of forms out there that for exterior BPOs that don't even call for adjustments, okay? But you have to be real sharp with pulling your MLS. You have to be sharp with pulling your comps, your 6 comps, 3 list comps, 3 sold comps. They have to almost mirror, okay? They have to almost mirror your subject. Meaning if your subject is 1,000 square feet, all of your comps should be 1,000 square feet or no more than 1,100 square feet. If your square footage is off by 100, you have to do an adjustment, okay? If your room count is off by 1, you have to do an adjustment. So if your subject is 3 bedrooms, all your comps will have to be 3 bedrooms. If your subject is 2 bathrooms, all your comps have to be 2 bathrooms. That's the only way you can get around adjustments, okay? On the forms that require adjustments. The other way is that if the form doesn't ask you for adjustments, you don't do them. Even like some of Voxtor, their forms they used to be Zone, EML, Zone, Voxtor now. Okay, some of their forms, and even Clear Capital, they say do adjustments on the sold comps, but they don't ask for adjustments on the list comps. But a lot of people want to give adjustment on the list comps too. I'm not giving adjustments on the list comps if they don't ask for them, okay? The only time I would probably do an adjustment on a list comp that they didn't ask for it is if it's like a real big difference, like one of my comps is off by maybe $5,000 to $7,000. Then I'll do an adjustment. That means that my subject square feet might be 2,400. My comp, the square feet might be 2,700. 27, so that's 300 away. I'm going to probably do an adjustment on that. Plus, my years might be off by 15 or 20. You know, my bedroom count might be off. You know, I might have if I have a really big gap in my year built on one of my list comps from my subject, I'm probably going to do an adjustment. And if I don't do the adjustment on paper, I'm definitely going to do it mentally in my head, okay? Because you can do that too. If you can mentally do it in your head and know what that end result number is, then I wouldn't worry about itemizing the adjustments in that particular comp. You see? Because where it say comments for list number 1, comments for list number 2, list number 3 comments, that's where I normally put the adjustments. If it's a big adjustment, okay? If it's not a big adjustment, I'm probably not going to do it, especially if they don't ask for it. But the only way to work around not doing your adjustments at all, you got to be real sharp on pulling your comps. Your comps almost have to be exact to your subject. That's the only way to get around it, especially if it's your sold comps. You see? All right. I have 5 questions for y'all tonight because this question came up a couple of times this week. What will I learn in the BPO Mastery Course? Okay, what will I learn in the BPO Mastery Course? Number 1, you're going to learn why a BPO is needed anyway. Because a lot of people like, what is a BPO? You're going to learn what is a BPO, why it's needed, okay? Who's asking you for all these BPOs anyway? You know, how to pull your comparative market analysis, that's big, okay? And then also how to do your adjustments. Adjustments are so key to keeping your score at a 95 and above. If you don't really know how to do adjustments and, you know, you're getting a lot of quality control issues, if you're getting a lot of quality control issues, you need to take BPO Mastery. Because BPO Mastery is going to help answer some of those questions that you're getting flagged back on. You see? Repairs, how to look for repairs, what to do when you see repairs, how to adjust for repairs. There go adjustments again, okay? And your pricing. You're going to learn and know how to price your BPO. Pricing is really crucial, especially in this market, okay? Because a lot of our pricing now is, used to be 30-day pricing was distressed. 30-day pricing is not distressed today. Almost everything is selling within 30 days, okay? So pricing is really big right now. They want you to pretty much be on the money with your pricing. Okay, so that's what you're going to learn in the BPO Mastery Course. Is it required for you to have take a course and have some type of certification before you can do BPOs? No. Do you have to take the course in a BPOP, National Association for Professional Broker Price Opinion Professionals? National Association for Broker Price Opinion Professionals. No, you don't have to take that. You can take anybody's BPO course you want to take, whichever one is going to help you learn what to do the best, and whichever one that you get how they say, I almost said, get the word from, whichever one feeds you the best information. Okay, how about that? Take that one. Because they're all different, they're just all different. I'm a hands-on person, so I'm pretty much going to hold your hand and say, no, do this, do that, do this, do that. I'm going to pretty much walk you through, everything until you get comfortable with doing it yourself. That's what you pay for when you take BPO Mastery. I don't know what you're going to get when you take those other courses. I took the NABPOP course probably about, 15 or 16 years ago, but it did not help me navigate through those BPO reports, through adjustments. I learned all of that stuff on my own. It did tell me, what above grade housing is, how composition roofs and, different types of roof pitches, different type of houses without basements, houses with basements, houses, with cellars, without cellars, pretty much whatever region you're in, you're going to know that, okay? You've been living there all your life, so you know what kind of house is a ranch, and you know what kind of house is, what do they call it? A 2-story, a 3-story, it's, what is it called? A ranch when half of the house looks like a basement, but it's a rumbler ranch. You're going to know all of that because you grew up in that atmosphere. Now, if you're new to that area, you might not. But BPO Mastery is going to tell you what each company wants on those reports. Is going to spell it out for you in the Mastery course. I've not seen a BPO course that will do that other than Mastery. Not saying that I'm partial to my own course. I'm just telling the truth. Okay, y'all know I'm real transparent. Okay? All right, so we had 5 questions tonight. Do we have any questions while we are live today? Does anyone have any questions that they want answered live today? Anybody? All right. I don't see any hands. Let me see your hands if you have live questions. So, guys, if you have any questions after the fact, after this episode, you can still put your questions in the comment area, and I will get them answered within 24 hours of me seeing the question. Because a lot of times, sometimes, and if you send me a question on the DM, and you're not my friend, you haven't sent me a friend request, I probably won't get to answer you because I don't see it right away. It takes sometimes it takes more than 24 hours for me to even know that you're there, okay? And I do check this page at least once or twice a day because now Facebook has it where you cannot see all of your notes. If I have 4 pages, I cannot see all of my notifications in one spot. I have to log into each page separately to see the notifications on that page. You see? All right, so no questions, you guys. Let's go out there and get this money. Don't forget, if you're brand new to real estate or broker price opinions and you are looking for a way to earn some extra income, broker price opinions can help you. It can be as profitable as you want it to be. Okay, that's all on you. You can take 1 a day, 4 a day, 10 a day, 20 a day. I have done up to 20 BPOs in 1 day. So you can take as many. That's $800 in 1 day. Is that profitable enough for you? I don't know. It's profitable enough for me. So, let's go out there and get this money. All right. And I will see you guys on the next one. Y'all have an amazing week. Bye now.